What up guys, today I present to you my Rogue Assassin leveling build. With it, you will level up very fast while having a lot of fun doing so. Hope you enjoy. For your basic skill, by far, your best option is Puncture. This ability will be throwing 3 blades at once, thanks to its last throw passive. This is an amazing ability for both AoE and single target situations, making it incredibly versatile. It also has quite a bit of range, which does come handy in some situations. Always make sure to be close enough to hit at least 2 blades on your enemy, as that will make them vulnerable to you for 2 seconds. A vulnerable enemy takes 20% increased damage. Pretty much look at this as a shotgun blast. Now to your core abilities. Here you have 2 viable choices, Twisting Blades and Flurry. The Flurry ability will slash enemies in front of you for quite a lot of damage, and it will also heal you when you hit vulnerable targets. Which means that if you alternate this ability with your Puncture basic skill, you will be constantly regening your max health for as long as you are hitting enemies. Then as a last choice, you would go with Improved Flurry, allowing it to spread vulnerable to all enemies you hit. However, even though Flurry is quite good and viable, it is not your best option. What you should go for is Twisting Blades. This ability is incredibly powerful. When cast, you will deal a big damage hit, increasing your future damage to that enemy by 8%. And now to the best part, after 1.5 seconds, the blades will return to you, piercing through all enemies between you and your original target for a massive amount of damage. With this build, you will have a lot of mobility, so don't worry about pulling this off, it will be a easy and fun playstyle. The second row will increase its damage by 30%, and the last row, Advanced Twisting Blades, will make your returning blades reduce your active skill cooldowns. This will speed up your rotation so much, your mobility skills will always be ready to use. This makes the build so much more fun, because you no longer have to wait for cooldowns. Now you have unlocked your next array of abilities, your agility skills. As I said, we will be focusing on high mobility with this build. And the amazing part of that is that by focusing on mobility, in Rogue's case, you are not sacrificing damage. Higher mobility with this build always results in a higher damage output. The first point you will spend here is on Dash. Such a versatile ability, it does moderate damage to everything it goes through, and allows you to move through the map from one quest to the other way faster than you would otherwise. After that, instead of wasting more points here, you will want to grab Shadow Step. This is your second mobility option. When cast, you will instantly teleport to your target's back, stab them for a high amount of damage, and gain a 50% movement speed increase for 2 seconds afterwards. The second row will increase your critical strike chance by 8% against the enemy you used Shadow Step on. And for the last row, you want to go with Disciplined Shadow Step, effectively reducing its cooldown by 3 seconds. And now you need to spend 1 more point in order to unlock the next array of abilities. As such, we will grab Enhanced Dash. This will make every enemy hit by your dash ability take 20% increased critical strike damage from you for 5 seconds. Quite a powerful and easy to apply passive effect. And by now you have unlocked your Subterfuge abilities. The only viable option you could get here would be Dark Shroud, a very powerful defensive ability. However, as you noticed, this build has insane mobility, and that already allows you to dodge pretty much all damage. However, if you are struggling against bosses, consider grabbing Dark Shroud. Just make sure that if you choose to do so, on the last row go with the countering option, as that will help boost your damage output by increasing your critical strike chance by 10%. But today, I really don't advise you to spend any points on these abilities. Instead, the 5 points you need to spend to get to the next array are much better placed on Twisting Blades, which after all is the main mechanic of your build. After maximizing Twisting Blades, you will still need to spend 1 more point. Just use it on Puncture, which is your second best damage source for now. Now that you have unlocked this entire new array of abilities, you have 2 options. You can either choose to do shadow damage with Shadow Imbuement, or poison damage with Poison Imbuement. I advise you to go with the poison route, as I believe it has higher damage output and is more versatile. For the last row, you should go with the blend option, making your critical strikes do 30% increased damage. And now to unlock the ultimate row, you will need to spend 4 more skill points. In order to do that, just maximize puncture and use the last remaining point on dash. Your best ultimate option is Shadow Clone. This ability will allow a shadow of you to mimic your actions for 15 seconds, dealing 60% of your total damage. The second row will make you unstoppable, which means that you both remove and are immune to all crowd control effects. The last row will increase your Shadow Clone damage by 20%, bringing the total damage to 80% of your character's damage output. This ability almost doubles your damage for 15 seconds. It is one of the most powerful ultimate abilities in the game. Make sure to use it every 16 seconds to speed up your leveling process by a lot. And that's it guys, your rogue is now ready to face the forces of hell. Thanks for watching, subscribe if you haven't yet, and as always, I will see you in Sanctuary.